Hello students, welcome back to my channel Tech Teacher Shruti. In last video we have discussed about component event and container event. Okay, actually the container event is subclass of component event. Okay, components means checkboxes, radio buttons, checkboxes. Okay, we can call these are components. Okay, when the event is generated by using these components, we can call that as a component event. And container means it's like a, for example, we can call as a window. Okay, in that window we can add text boxes, buttons, check boxes, radio boxes. Okay, when we will add those components to the container and remove from the container event will happen. And we also seen what are the constructors and methods we have used with these event classes. Next we will see about focus event. When focus event is generated, when component gains or loses its input focus. Input focus is nothing but, suppose I am using a text box. Okay, see here. I am taking example of email ID and password. Those are the text boxes. Okay, that pink color dot is coming on email ID, right? At that time that email ID text box is taking a focus. Okay, it is gaining a focus. When that pink dot comes to password text box, the email ID text box or that component losing its input focus. Okay, mainly the focus event is related to input. Okay, in these cases the focus event is generated. Okay, and these two cases are represented by using the constants, that is focus gained and focus lost. Okay, have you seen that image? When that pink color dot comes to email ID text box, the email ID component, that text box gaining the focus. When it comes to password text box, the email ID text box losing the focus and password text box is gaining the focus. These are the constructors we have used with the focus event. The first type general form of constructor is focus event component source and int id. Okay, source means here from which event source or which, for example, button or a text box. Okay, from which component the event is generated. Next, id is from which event is generated, like focus event or a container event or component events. Okay, in programming languages, these all events are represented by using some integer values. That integer value, the particular, suppose a focus event is happened means the particular integer value of that event, it will return. In second constructor we are using extra parameter, that is boolean temporary. Okay, boolean temporary. It means it is returning a boolean values, true or false. What actually this temporary is, this is the whether the focus is temporary or a permanent. Okay, whether the focus is temporary or a permanent. Okay, what actually the permanent focus means is the focus will change directly. For example, when user clicks on the tabs, okay, tab key to open a windows which are opened in a computer. Okay, we have opened a multiple tabs in a computer. Okay, by using tab key, we will go to we will open those windows. Okay, at that time the focus will be that windows gain permanent focuses. Okay, and temporary means window deactivation. Suppose we have minimized that. Okay, where you minimize at that point, if you put a cursor, it will show all the windows. Okay, at that time if you move on window, those will gain a focus, and if you move that pointer or a mouse pointer on another window, the other window will lose a focus. Okay, that is temporary. Okay, this is about Boolean temporary value. Okay, if Boolean value is a true, that is a temporary. If the Boolean value is false, that is permanent. Okay, and the in next constructor, it is taking another parameter, that is opposite. Okay, if two windows are using, means one window will gain a focus and other window will lose a focus. Which is loses the focus, no? That window we can call as a opposite component. Okay. Next is, these are the methods which are used with the focus event. Get opposite component means it returns the other component which is involved in the focus event. Next is temporary means whether this gained focus is a temporary or a permanent. It will check. Okay, if it returns a true value, it is temporary. If it returns false value, it is a permanent. Next is item event. See this example. Okay, if I click on select or unselect all, it will select all the items at a time. Otherwise, we can select individual items also. Okay, in a second image, we can see that is a drop down box. Okay, we can select 1, 2, 3 like that, and that will add it to another table. Okay, this leads to item event generation. Okay, an item event is generated when the following item event is generated when the user clicks on a checkbox or clicks on a list item or selects or deselects a checkable menu item. Means, see here, items, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, those are there, no? We can call those as a checkable menu items. Okay, in drop down also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, no? We can call those as a checkable menu items. Okay, when item event is generated, an item event is generated when the user clicks on a checkbox or clicks a list item or selects, deselects a checkable menu item. Okay, and in two cases the item event will happen, that is when we select a item or when we will deselect a item. Okay, and these two cases are represented by using these constant, deselected and selected. Okay, see the example figure there. Okay, when I click on that checkbox, the item event is generated. It is taking the item, that hello I am checkbox is there, no? That we can call as a item. Okay, and that click mark we are selecting, no? That we can call as a checkbox. Okay, and this is the constructor which we will use with the item event. Item event, it taking 3 parameters here. Sorry, 4 parameters. Okay, first one is a item selectable source. Source means from which event source the item event is generating. If it is item event is generating from checkbox, it will return source event source as a checkbox or a radio box like that. ID means which event is happening. Okay, item event, action event, like that. Next, object item. Okay, means from which item the item event is generating. See here. Here item 1, item 2, item 3. There are 5 items are there. If I click on a item 3, from that item 3 the item event is generating. That it will return. And every item here we will select no, that will return as a object. Okay, not in a string format, integer format. Those will return as a object itself. Next is state change. Okay, it is an integer value and the parameter is state change. State change means suppose I selected an item. If I click on once again on that, it will deselect. It change its state from selected to deselected. That state change it will take. Next is, these are the methods which we will use with the item event. The first one is a get item, means it returns the item if affected by the event. Okay, see here. Here they are selecting item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. No, get item means suppose I click on a item 2, it will return item 2 in the form of object. Okay. Next is get item selectable. It returns the originator of the event. Get item selectable. For example, in a first image, we all are checkboxes, right? The main thing here is we are using a checkbox. Okay, that it will return. Item selectable means it will return checkbox itself, because all we are using is checkboxes. Okay, get item means from which item the event is generating. Get item selectable means if we are using a radio boxes, it will return a radio boxes. If we are using a checkboxes, it will return a checkboxes. Next is get state change, means it will returns the type of state change, whether it is a, if already selected, if I click once again on that, it will deselect it. Okay, if items are not selected, if I click on that, means it will select it. Okay, it will return two parameters, that is selected and two states, that is selected and deselected. Okay.